coming to Evans. For students, it will be like a lifestyle of life. It'll be a space for any middle schooler in Richmond and Columbia County to learn business and real finance education.
They say it's going to be full of interactives and exhibits like a mini downtown. Both Richmond and Columbia County school leaders giving the project the green light tonight. And as Craig Allison reports, it should be up and running by 2023.
This is a look at what's on the way. This is a Discovery Center up in Atlanta, similar to what will be built in Evans.
Too often our students may not have a realistic idea of what being an adult is, but for that 4.5-hour simulation, they feel the experience, paying bills, owning a business, and that's our core business in education.
The two counties will split the cost of the $4.5 million project. Junior Achievement of Georgia will pay the $800,000 a year to maintain the facility.
We'll construct, we'll work with local businesses around a number of sponsorships, and we'll be looking to offer the opportunity to a variety of school districts in the region, even beyond the two big ones.
The plan is to build the 20 to 25,000 square foot facility at the corner of Columbia Industrial Boulevard and Riverwatch Parkway.
It'll take us about 18 months from now to the time we're ready to go, so that puts us right at the start of what would then be the 2023-24 school year.
Although it's only a week experience for students, Junior Achievement says the facility is estimated to be in use for 130 to 40 days out of the school year.
It just excited everyone to just see our students look at personal finance, see businesses that mirror their community. So it's just an excellent opportunity.
In Augusta, Craig Allison on your side.
Interesting plan. There are already 5 facilities like it in Georgia, with 4 more in the works, including this one.
And it is a very neat opportunity. Excited to see what they can do. New at 11, the school board approved the final modified calendar for Aiken County schools tonight. This is for the 2023-24 school year. The versions before this were just drafts. So the first day of school is going to be July 25th. Then there's a 2-week fall break, the first couple of weeks of October, a couple of weeks as usual of the holidays, and then 2 more weeks for spring break now. For students who are behind, they'll use the first week of spring and fall breaks to get back on track, sort of a summer school mini edition. Then the last day of school is May 30th. Today, teachers, students, parents, and lawmakers came together to ask South Carolina's General Assembly to stop 5 controversial school bills dubbed anti-truth bills.
Here. Governor Kemp taking to Twitter earlier, addressing the gas issues in Georgia, saying, "We're actively working with the Georgia House and Senate to quickly move legislation to temporarily suspend the state's motor fuel tax and lessen the significant impact higher gas prices." Fighting COVID just got a little easier. The nationwide Test to Treat initiative starts today. Pharmacies and health centers will be able to give antiviral COVID pills to those who test positive. It also means efforts to make sure people know new treatments are available and how important it is to get treated after those symptoms begin. You can also go ahead and order another round of COVID tests from the White House this week.
As COVID cases fall nationwide, we're reaching out to our local doctors to see where we stand here in the CSRA and what this turn of events means for workers on the front lines.
We've got to get people kind of back to their home base. But I expect that it will slowly unwind over the next 6 months to a year if we don't have another wave.
Statewide, COVID cases have been on the decline, and by the day, more local restrictions are being lifted too.
We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of the COVID-19 pandemic, and doctors have been working double duty to keep the public healthy.
But what's the impact on our future doctors? Maria Sellers live in the newsroom with how this has affected med students trying to learn during a pandemic.
Well, just like everything, the pandemic forced medical schools to adapt and change the way they did education. I spoke to staff and a student at the Medical College of Georgia who tell me what the last 2 years have been like for our future healthcare leaders. Amanda Delgado was in her first year of medical school when COVID-19 began.
Not only was it shocking, but we had to adjust very quickly. We were told on a Friday afternoon that we would not be returning the next week and that all of our classes would be virtual.
Including anatomy, a class that is typically in person.
It was very overwhelming to think about how some of these more hands-on experiences would be translated to an online curriculum.
The school had to move quickly to make classes virtual and introduce new classes to teach them about the pandemic.
The protection of the students and their introduction to patients and continued clinical learning had to be balanced. And every step of the way we had to take little steps towards reintroducing them into a clinical learning environment. But
Students did eventually get to be hands-on again, but it wasn't without a cost.
the typical student going through that phase of their training in that period of time probably lost 2 to 3 months of clinical experience, which we then had to kind of account for once things opened up again. So that by the time they graduated, they were well qualified and competent to go out and practice.
But Dr. Miller says the adversity taught them skills you can't learn from a textbook.
I hope that I can take a lot of the lessons that I learned from early in the pandemic and apply them to the end portion of my medical school career.
And Dr. Miller says he anticipates things will return to a pre-pandemic normal as we get closer to endemic status, or where COVID becomes similar to the flu, where we see cases every year and people receive treatment. But he does not think we are there just yet. But we just do not know for sure when that will be.
We're all waiting and hoping for the best on that. Maria, thanks for the update. This is International Women's Day. The theme this year, breaking the bias.
And today, Academy Sports here at home helped do that. A group of local Girl Scouts going on their first camp out very soon, and Academy Sports and Outdoors surprised them with a $2,000 shopping spree. Each Girl Scout got a $125 Academy gift card to gear up with tents, sleeping bags, lanterns, whatever they wanted. And we spoke with the regional director about what this means for the girls.
So in honor of Women's Day, as well as the Girl Scout 110th anniversary, that is going to be on March the 12th, some of these girls may not have had the opportunity to be a Girl Scout in the past or even participated in a Girl Scout camp setting. And so Academy Sports have been gracious enough to allow Girl Scout partnership to where they're giving back to the community and they're giving to these girls as well.
Later in the spring, all 18 of these scouts will head to Camp Tanglewood to kayak, fish, and live outdoors for a few days. And it looks like they are going to be set with some pretty sweet gear.
Yeah, that is exciting. Good for them. We're jealous.
Yeah, very cool.
Head outdoors.
We might want to go outdoors over the next couple of days. We are going to be talking about the chance for